Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another highly anticipated session. I'm Jello Clavano, Vice President of Alamo Transport Leasing Services, Inc. If you're thinking rent a car, alam mo na. It's an honor once again to be your host for today, except this time, it's even more fun because my co-host this afternoon, Robbie Joseph. Robbie?
That's right. I'm Robbie Joseph, Director of Ralph's Wines and Spirits. I'm your spiritual advisor and your partner in transformation. And I'm super excited to be co-hosting with a wonderful Jello Clavano. So for our fellow BNI members who are here with us, we are delighted that you could join us today. And to all our guests, the warmest welcome to all of you.
I realize that this is actually the only time that I'm happy to have a drinking and driving partnership. What an event we have this has been for the past month. We're already down to our last episode of BNI's webinar series. Brace yourselves, guys. We're ending on a high note as we bring you more enriching insights from our powerful roster of guest speakers. In this last episode of BNI's webinar series, Future Redesigned, let's learn and be empowered as business owners as we restart the world.
Gosh, time really does fly fast, huh? Boy, and on that note, can you believe that it's already been more than a year since we've shifted to a work from home setup? I'm sure most of us, are used to dressing up and going to work, driving to the office, being out and about for business meetings. And this routine just could not go on with a pandemic. And work from home has become the norm. And so whether you're for it or against it, it's certainly here to stay. As business owners, it's up to us to reimagine workspaces where safety, of course, is a must. And within the confines of our homes, there's definitely room, I think, for creativity to reinvent the office as we know it.
Well said, Robbie. Today, we'll be hearing from experts hailing from interior design, architecture, real estate, and much more as they share their insights onto what it takes to transform living spaces into offices of the new normal. Let's discover ways to restructure our workspaces as we dive into Redesigning Work from Home, BNI Dynamics' 4th webinar session.
I can't wait, man. Okay, so as we all know, working from home is such a hot topic these days. And this is definitely a discussion that you don't want to miss out on. So grab this opportunity to learn more by asking questions in the Q&A session later. And get this, there's more. We have a lot more. We have surprises in store for today's session. So please stay tuned for all that.
Remember, guys, this is an interactive session. If ever you have any more questions and would like to schedule a one-on-one meeting with any of us, you may get in touch with us. I'm going to ask Robbie to type his contact details in the chat box, and also the panelists, I invite you to do the same on your turn. And then you guests as well, if you could put in your contact details if you want to get in contact with anyone after this session. Now, before we dive into the much-awaited talks, let's keep in mind the following guidelines. First, questions will be asked through the chat box, and we will do our best to get to as many of them as we can. Please give your full attention and take down notes if you want, and keep an open mind and be receptive in today's session. We would also like to inform everyone that the session will be recorded.
Yep, and there we have it. Thanks for the reminders, Jello. A big thank you as well to the wonderful organizing and production team. who helped make this webinar series possible. You got JJ Asban from Golden Pencil, Manila. He's awesome. Lovely Ho of LNH Lifestyle and Home. Paulo Reyes, of course, of 360 Logics Solutions. And my good friend, Drew Labrador of Drew Labs Studio. And that's it, everybody. Okay, let's now dive into our last session.
But before we turn over the virtual stage to our speakers, we want to know a little bit more about the audience. Since it's been more than a year of working from home, how have you been adjusting to this new normal setup? We'd like to know where everyone is starting from so that we can help as much as possible.
That's right, Jello. Yeah, here at BNI, everyone is part of the conversation. So we'd like to hear about your situation. So yeah, please share with us by answering this little survey that we have that just popped up.
Yeah, so the first question, do you have a dedicated workspace in your home? Do you? Guys, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And no judgment here if you're working from your bed or in your bathroom where it's, nice and private. Number two, we have which of these features are you looking to improve on in your home office?
Number three, which of these distractions, Netflix, do you grapple with at home?
What are these in the world of voiceover, we say ATM, aso tricycle manok.
Okay. That's beautiful. I love that.
Okay, number four is, for you personally, which space is more conducive for creativity and productivity?
And the fifth, does your work from home setup affect your work-life balance?
There you go.
Really good questions.
Good questions.
Very interesting to see what the answers are going to be.
Okay. So yeah, please answer them right now so that we can find out the results.
All right. Robbie, how about you? What is your how has the work from home affected your home life at all?
Here's the thing. I've been working from home even before it was cool. So as a voice talent, I've always done this. And so when the quarantine hit, nothing really changed for me. But over the years, I've really made it the point to put a premium on and invest in comfortability, accessibility, all those kinds of things, so that my work environment is really conducive to the stuff that I do, which is voiceover and, of course, wines and spirits.
Exactly. I think we're ready to see some of the results. There
Wonderful.
We are.
Look at that.
Right. Yeah, 74% of you said that you have a home office and have transitioned to it.
Right. And for number two, I believe, let's say all of the above. Everybody answered all of the above for the most part, 33%, in fact. But yeah, mostly everything's pretty much tied up. Okay, and then let's see. For number three, the distraction that we have to grapple with at home with the most family members.
Oh, yes, I definitely agree with that one. And
I have to lock my door all the time.
Same here, man. I had to lock for this session as well, so no one would come in. For number four, what is more conducive? Is it the home or the office? We're actually almost even here, just slightly tipping towards the office, which normally people would think one or the other, but this is great. And lastly, does your work from home setup affect your work-life balance? And 64% said yes. So this is hopefully something that we could explore a little bit further. So thank you, everyone, for sharing your insights.
Yeah, thank you for participating, everybody. It's really eye-opening to see all these diverse answers.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Robbie. Now, of course, our poll questions are actually related to the topic of today's episode, which is working from home. And this is just a taste of the in-depth discussion that awaits us later on.
So, to officially open today's virtual event, let us now welcome the president of BNI Dynamic, Bet Vidanes of Vicron Resources OPC.
Thank you, Jello and Robbie. Good morning, dear BNI members and friends. In BNI, we always say good morning because we are always excited to meet and grow our business. Welcome to the last, but of course not the least, of our BNI webinar series on Future Redesigned. We don't really know when this pandemic will finally end, But one good thing, which I hope we have all learned, is that and realize is that we always have to be on our toes and always ready to adapt to doing new things and new ways. And that is what we are aiming for in this webinar series. Tonight, we have invited several BNI members from various Taguig chapters who will share with us how they have successfully transitioned to working from home and continue to thrive during these challenging times with the help of their BNI family. And since tonight is the last of the webinar series sponsored by BNI Dynamic Chapter, we want to end this with a bang by sharing with you not only our experiences, but our success and our products as well. Please be very attentive and listen carefully. We have 9 prizes to give away today from our generous members. Raj Savlani, independent distributor of iFern, will be giving away 3 sets of iFern products. Sam Gayeta, whose actual category is a licensed real estate broker and owner of Diamond Lifestyle and Realty Corp, but likewise the owner of Gayeta Palay and Rice Mill, will be donating a 25-kilo sack of rice. Patricia Cruz, owner of Allure Manila, distributor of beauty products, will be giving away a LED light therapy mask. Betbet Vidanes, yours truly, CEO of Vicron Resources, under the chemical products category and distributing alcohol, cleaning, and sanitation products, has donated 3 bottles of Anode Pet Therapeutic Shampoo. And Lovely Ho, owner of L&H Lifestyle and Home, distributor of home appliances, has donated a 2-in-1 mop. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, and we hope that our webinars have helped you give you that push to restart your own future now. Back to you, Jello and Robbie.
I'm really excited for that raffle, Miss Beth. Thank you so much for introducing today's webinar. We won't keep you waiting any longer, guys. Let's now move on to our first speaker this afternoon. This business professional is a trailblazer in the pest management industry. She built and honed her expertise during her stay in Bayer for over 16 years, and then at BASF Chemical Company as the regional business manager for vector control products for Asia Pacific. An inspiring industry leader, she holds notable positions and paves the way as the president of the Pest Control Association of the Philippines and the current president of the Pest Management Council of the Philippines Incorporated. An active contributor in the local and international industry scene, and for her second year, she heads the International Conference of the Federation of Asia and Oceania Pest Managers Association, the largest pest management association in the world. Let's welcome to the virtual stage the Managing Director and owner of the renowned Pixa Corporation, the current SGDC for BNI Dynamic, Ms. Josefina Nerdueñas.
Thank you, Jello, and hi to everyone. So let's get on with this. Pixa Corporation is a service company, and like most companies, we faced challenges when the pandemic hit. This included technical concerns. So we will be missing unscheduled service schedules, which could mean pest levels could escalate, and I don't like that. Then we also have, of course, financial concerns. We had business obligations, and for our employees, I can only imagine their worries for their families. Likewise, I thought that this pandemic could affect our employees' engagement with the company, which for me is very crucial. So to address this combination of financial, technical, and employee engagement uncertainties, these are the things that we did. First, we allayed financial fears by providing some support to our employees quite regularly. Second is keeping everyone busy. Pixa runs in-house trainings ever since, but last year we did more than usual. The trainings fed our minds. Also, we have our back office, and our staying personnel did his usual 8 to 5. Walang istorbo, so he was able to finish all his inventory backlogs, and I believe he is quite happy with his accomplishments. Also, of course, our office-based staff continued working from home. And to do this, we had to buy 3 new laptops. But so despite the circumstances that led to this, I can't help to be quite happy for managing still a very good productivity for our company. And thanks to BNI, I immediately adopted in Pixa the experience of Zoom, and voila, we now run weekly and monthly business meetings better than before. So as a service company, it wasn't easy pa rin talaga to change the processes so suddenly. So in addition to addressing employee and technical concerns, we needed to re-engineer syempre our workflow process kasi nga service company kami. So to do that, we had to mentally play out our operations. We pictured the steps from the tangible to the intangibles. Then we adjusted and adopted it in the virtual process. We also made sure of the safety, syempre, of our people. So we had to make sure that our COVID-19 protocols are in place. And very importantly, is keeping the hearts and minds of our team together. I made sure we communicate, support, and equip. This includes explaining the whys as often as we needed, teaching and exchanging ideas on the how, the what, explaining why we had to do things, and definitely enabling them with the tools and resources so that they can do what is expected from them. So yeah, the work from home setup does work. We coped and managed amid the limitations. So while the physical setup is definitely important, we must ensure the buy-in of our people in embracing the altered work setup first. Because if our mind wills it, we can practically work from anywhere, even from under the tree. Back to you, Rob.
Awesome insights on managing your team remotely, Jo. We really look forward to learning more about your experiences during our panel discussion and Q&A. So please don't forget to send your questions via our chat box, people. For now, let us welcome our next speaker. Our featured professional has been making her mark in the real estate industry since 2009. She holds a degree in entrepreneurship from De La Salle University. And in 2017, she and her partners incorporated CoreBuilt, a Manila-based general contractor specializing in office fit-out and renovations. To date, CoreBuilt has handled over 16,000 square meters of office space to its clients. With their business of building offices, the shift to work from home presented quite a number of challenges. Expansions and builds were pushed back or postponed. However, they realized that workspaces will always be necessary for certain natures of work within an organization. So let us learn as our guest speaker shares with us the workspace design for a new kind of workforce, the hybrid workforce. Let's give a warm welcome to the partner and general manager of CoreBuilt, Miss Angela Manese.
Thank you for that, Robbie. So good afternoon again, everyone. So CoreBuilt is a Manila-based general contractor specializing in office fit-out. So what do we do? In a nutshell, we turn spaces like these into this, or something like this. However, when Metro Manila was placed under varying degrees of lockdown restrictions beginning March 2020, areas that were otherwise so busy became empty, including offices. So because of this, we saw the rise of the work from home setup. Of course, we all had to adjust the way we work. At CoreBuilt, we build offices, and the shift to work from home affected us. So expansions, as Rob mentioned earlier, expansions and builds were pushed back and postponed. But then we realized that that workspaces will always be necessary for certain natures of work within an organization. The key for us is to be able to add more value in servicing our clients by designing and building their workspaces to be conducive for a hybrid workforce to thrive. So a hybrid workforce is a blended workforce that is made up of those who work remotely, or what's more relevant now, those who work from home, and those who are office-based. There are elements in office builds that help office-based team members to collaborate with their home-based workmates. setups like, for example, video conferencing, expandable meeting rooms, or huddle areas that allow for collaborative work despite not being in the same space physically. In the same way that we at Core Build offer flexibility to our clients, I'd like to invite everyone here, everyone who's listening, that we look into this for our own businesses as well. Let us rebuild our operations around the possibility that we might have a hybrid workforce for a while. Let us support our employees and team members by allowing them to work from home or by giving them an office that they can consider a safe space to work if that is what they prefer. So thank you for listening and good afternoon once again. Back to you, Jello.
Thank you for that remarkable story on adaptability and such great insights, Angela. We can't wait to hear more of your ideas in our Q&A later. Let's move on now to our next speaker. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in architecture from the University of Santo Tomas and was given a chance to be part of the DAAD, or Deutsche Akademische no, I'm not going to say that. It's in German. But the English translation is German Academic Exchange Service while she was in university. After years of building her expertise, she became the head of the A&D department of JTB Development Company for 8 years. She eventually established her own construction firm called Dulrich Builders and Development, Inc. in 2015. To add to her decorated career, she is also the chapter president of her organization at the United Architects of the Philippines, the Rizal Kalayaan 100 chapter. Drawing from her vast experience as an architect, our featured guest will share insights on how to transform your workspace at home. Let's all welcome to our virtual stage the principal architect of JT Beldia Architects, Architect Jennifer Beldia Verano of BNI Dynamic.
Thank you, Jello. Today I'm going to discuss with you the design considerations when planning your home office. Here in JTBA, we have 3 points to consider: wellness design, ideal space, location, and budget. Next slide. Wellness design. There are 10 concepts for well-building standards, but today I will be discussing 6 concepts to apply for your home office. Incorporating these design concepts in your space greatly improves your well-being and productivity. Next slide. When choosing your ideal space in your home, keep in mind these 6 concepts. Air. Indoor air quality is top priority when choosing your space. Choose a spot where there is a window so that you can get adequate natural light and ventilation for your space. Since COVID-19 happened, it has been proven in most office spaces that having natural air intake in your space to replace stagnant or recycled air decreases the spread of the virus. In the absence of a window, adding up air quality management systems such as HEPA or advanced MERV filters combined with UV-based systems can help improve air quality. Next is light. Good lighting is critical for any home office space. Choose a location with some natural light and a view if possible. Position your desk to face the windows. Do not put your screen in direct sunlight. Add ceiling lights and desk lamps to provide good general lighting. Next is temperature. Make sure your room temperature is not too cold or too hot, since study shows that there is a decrease in performance if the temperature is not regulated. Ideally, temperature should be between 24 to 25 degrees, but since we live in the Philippines, we can only achieve this by turning on your AC. If AC is unavailable to you, then a well-ventilated area should be considered. Next is sound. Choose an area with the least amount of noise or away from the busiest part of your home, which is the living space and the kitchen, and if possible, away from ambient noises. Just like what Rob said a while ago, ATM, aso, tricycle, at manok. Last but not the least, materials in mind. These two go hand in hand in the design process. This is where you create the environment or the mood of your workspace. To achieve this, we often apply a biophilic design to the space. Biophilic design creates a healthy, happy work environment, and research shows a decrease in stress, enhanced creativity, and accelerated recovery from illness. Biophilic is not just about adding plants in the room, but connecting the occupants as closely as possible to nature. Next slide. Budget. Determine how much you're willing to spend in consideration with the design concepts I have mentioned. What are your priorities in achieving a good workspace for you? What inspires you? And what drives you to become more productive? If you need more help, you can always consult with a design professional. Well, that's it for me. Hoping these tips will help you design your workspace better. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you so much. Ingenious ideas right there. Thank you so much, architect Jenny. We look forward to hearing from you in the Q&A later. Now, once again, we're encouraging all the visitors today, all our guests, to put your questions, to just plug them away in the chat room, or in our chat box rather. So up next, we have with us a professional who is making strides in the real estate industry. She graduated with honors at De La Salle College of St. Benilde, holding a degree in BS Hotel, Restaurant, and Institution Management. Making her mark in the hospitality industry for more than a decade, she garnered promotions every 2 years. She was one of the youngest directors of business development of Shangri-La Hotels and Resorts, and with a passion for lifelong learning, she recently completed her second degree over at Trinity University in BS Real Estate Management. Her clients include celebrities and businessmen, as she works with a top broker partner of leading developers such as Ayala, Rockwell, Shangri-La, Ortigas Land, Mega World, and DMCI. Let's all welcome to our virtual stage, real estate professional of Lions Realty, Kitin Horda.
Thank you, Robbie, for that generous introduction. Before I begin my presentation, I would like to ask the audience this question. How is your work from home space different from last year compared to today? Please type in your answers below. I could see Fidel. Fidel became a plantito during this work from home setup. All right. So let me share you my story. Last year, did you know that this space that I'm currently at used to be a storage space? Yes, this used to be a bodega. My husband and I decided that we wanted to have extra space so that we don't hear each other out during meetings. Having said that, we also invested in our healthy lifestyle by purchasing home and gym equipment. And as a realtor and homeowner, I realized that it wasn't just me. The market has shifted towards the pandemic. So what are the key indicators of this change in preference? Let's look at the three economic factors. First is the government policies. With these changing restrictions, ECQ, GCQ, and ECQ, barbecue or whatnot, people are now looking for open spaces and greener spaces. Second, interest rates. Interest rates are lower compared to the previous years. And lastly, the infrastructure. Due to the opening of the Calac Skyway extension, alternative homes outside Metro Manila has become more accessible now more than ever. So where are these new growth areas that I'm looking about? According to Property 24, there are 5 different key cities that property investors are looking at. First, we have the Angeles City, followed by Antipolo, Rizal, Laguna, Tagaytay, and Cavite. Apart from the price per square meter, now more than ever, investors are looking at facilities, clubhouses, elevated views of the mountains. So that's how the pandemic has changed their market preferences. And now that we are working mostly from home, residents also are looking at LEED certified homes because it has water and energy savings in the future. To wrap my presentation, I would like to say that this extended lockdown has become us more conscious of our lifestyle decisions. Space and healthy lifestyle are the new luxury. Communities are now more conscious of the spaces that they live in. Do you agree or disagree? Type in your comments below. Back to you, Robbie.
That was such an enriching story, Kitin. We're excited to hear more about it in the Q&A later, which, guys, please type in your questions in the chat. That we have a wealth of very experienced panelists now, so it's a great opportunity to really ask your questions about what's happening. Let's move on now to our next speaker. Our featured professional inspires with her diverse range of expertise. An AP Psychology graduate from Ateneo de Manila University, she pursued her deep interest in architecture and design and took up a second degree in the Philippine School of Interior Design. In 2007, she established her own firm, Ergo Studio Inc., and some of her remarkable work on living, commercial, and real estate spaces have been featured in Metro Home and Entertainment, Metro Society, and Metro Home Channel. Last July 2020, Ergox was launched, and our guest speaker was able to adapt to the work from home new normal setup with her fast-paced online design service. Let's get to know how interior design plays a key role in reimagining our workspaces with our featured entrepreneur. Let us all welcome the founder and principal designer of Ergo Studio Inc., Lalin Nivera.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jello. I'd like to introduce my service, particularly the service that was born during the pandemic. So I'm interior designer Lali Nivera, and my company is called Ergo Studio Inc. We're a full-service interior design firm, but because of so we offer residential projects. We do residential projects, restaurants, retail stores, and resorts. But because of the lockdown, we had to pivot because now everybody didn't want to spend and everybody was stuck at home. So because of that, I came up with a service by listening to our clients. So what we did was come up with a purely online fast interior design service. So without going out of your home, you can still experience that pretty and comfortable and welcoming home that you've always wanted and actually needed this time because we're all working from home. Who doesn't want a nice and productive place? So with that, ErgoX.net was born. Jello, it's ErgoX.net. So with ErgoX.net, it's simple. We can do a simple fix, style up, or a space revamp. Everything is done online, and the best way for you to appreciate it is to show you the projects that we finished right in the middle of lockdown. Okay, let's try to go to the next. So one is a room. So don't just stay home. I say stay in style. So this is a room we finished. Another is, if it's an old place, you deserve a new space. Okay. So another thing is, you remember you can't go out, right? So everything is take out because you have a not so pretty kitchen. I say you can still dine in. Okay. And then the thing that we all need, space to work and to be productive. If that's your space, can you imagine your space? You can't work in that space, right? So this is making it work from home. Okay, so it's very simple. Just visit our website, www.ergox.net. All you have to do is take a quiz, choose a package, and then you get a chance to collaborate with me. So I do hope I'm able to help you, because even if parts of life have been disrupted, everyone deserves a fresh and beautiful space to call home. So that's our service. This is interior designer Lali Nivera from Ergo Studio Inc. and ErgoX.net. Thank you. Back to you, Robbie. Back to you, Robbie.
All right. Wow, I'm such a sucker for those before and after shots. Anyway, thank you, Lalin. We look forward to hearing more from you in the Q&A later. We also want to remind people to please stick around after the Q&A because we've got surprises and prizes awaiting you. So we've got a pretty, I'd say we have a pretty insightful session so far. And now we're down to our last speaker. And this featured entrepreneur is a graduate of De Montfort University, UK, with an honors degree in marketing. At a young age, she was fascinated by how flowers can transform a person's mood. Having experience in the field of marketing, she set on to manage Serenata, a floral design studio with a mission to spread joy, healing, and peace beyond words. Serenata flowers are said to be more than just beauty. It's also therapy. Let us learn from our featured professional as she sheds light on how plants and flowers promote wellness and why we should consider integrating plants to our workspaces. Let's welcome our next speaker, the ambassador of BNI Dynamic, Ali Marasigan of Love Beyond Words by Serenata.
Thank you so much, Robbie. And all right, let's get into it. As the plantitos and plantitas here in the room know, having plants in your workplace is a no-brainer. Their mere existence on your desk packs a bunch of benefits. And here are some of the major advantages that plants offer. And these are specific to us being able to work much better. So first, they reduce stress, not only from the strain of your eyes, but mentally as well. Sometimes they advise that you look at something green or look far to lessen the load on your eyes and also your head. And it also increases productivity according to a study done in 2014 by the University of Exeter. Adding just one plant per square meter improves the employees' memory retention and also scored higher on basic tests that they ran during this study. It also lessens sick days because plants are natural filter toxins and they filter the rooms that they grow in, so they help freshen up the place, which is super helpful if you have poor ventilation. It also purifies the air, so it saves you on cost. We know that air purifiers are not the cheapest, so you have your natural air purifier at your disposal. It also boosts creativity, so they have vibrant colors and the smells of the plants can be stimulating to the senses, which allows you to have a flow of ideas and takes you out of that creative block that you're in. And it also reduces visual and auditory noise. So for visual noise, if you have like an open area workspace where you have people in your peripheral vision, then you can put plants to divide that and kind of close them off from your peripheral. And also auditory noise. Having plants in your office can help absorb some background chatter, especially if you have exposed concrete or floors. And a bonus tip is that they make amazing live backgrounds. Sadly, I can't show you now because it's a bit dark where I am, but it can help the other person you're talking to relax as well because plants have that effect. So if you're looking to start adding greenery to your workstation, maybe pick up a few plants that are easy to take care of first and then go from there. So I've come up with a list of plants of varying sizes that are perfect for the indoors, and you can take a screenshot if you like. And if you're like me and being a green thumb is more an acquired skill than a natural one, then these plants are definitely for you. Of course, this presentation would not be complete without a little bit of inspiration on what your space should look like. So here they are. So we can start with something simple like having succulents on your desk. This, I think, is the simplest way to add greenery to your space, and succulents are one of the best plants to start with. So you can get that from Shopee, that elevated mini rack. So there. You can also use macrame in plastic pots to hang plants over your head to save on desk space. So like the one in the photo. And if the space permits it, you can do a combination of both. Have a shelf of a plant and a planter next to you. And if you plan it right, your plant collection will look as cohesive as the one in the photo. And as we know, this is just workspace goals. So there. I want to brush up on plant care a little bit, but because each plant has different requirements to thrive, and in the interest of time, I would just recommend to download this app called Flourish to get to know how to take care of your plant babies and get daily reminders on watering them and figuring out how much sunlight they need. So you can scan this QR code to download it. And yes, this is not a sponsored post. And some of the plants that I showed you, we have available at Serenata. So let me know if you want to add a dash of green on your desk. Thank you, everyone. Back to you, Jello and Robbie.
All right. Thank you very much, Ali, for those insights. No, I can't wait to see. I'm sure that some of our attendees have now been converted to plantitos and plantitas if there weren't already.
I'm gonna turn my studio into a jungle. I don't know if you want. Anyway, so our speakers are always so wonderful in these sessions, and they deliver such enriching talks. So happy. And there's even more insights to come as we kick off our panel discussion. So join us in welcoming once again our empowering all-women panel. We have Josefina Nair Dueñas, architect Jenny Beldia Verano, Kitin Horda, Lalin Nivera, Ali Marasigan, and Angela Manese.
All right, panel, welcome everyone. So we're gonna get right into the panel questions. The first question is for Miss Jojo. Jojo, what are some ways to improve team communication and boost team morale when everyone's working remotely?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we need to be a good listener. So, kasi we haven't been with each other for so long, diba? And also they do not see us. We're not able to touch each other. You don't see the verbal, communication. So, we have to really listen well. Okay, with our heart and mind. Also, we need to get our interpersonal skills in check. I guess we have to acknowledge that we have different personalities, and if we're talking over the phone or just via Viber, even via Zoom, we kind of miss on something. So we have to be very cautious with that one. And don't be afraid to interact with your team. And of course, we need to recognize also they may have their own motivations and fears. So yeah, just being really listening, intently. And minsan there are words that they're just not saying it. So just be quick to find it out. And of course, I guess as I mentioned, talagang it's really serving with the heart and the mind. So we have to be a servant leader and really adding value to the others as well.
Excellent.
So
All right, here's a question for Angela Manese. What are some design elements that will help pandemic proof or make your office space pandemic proof?
Okay, thanks for that, Robbie. So for existing offices, I would say we've seen these a lot, no, in retail stores, like using acrylic barriers to separate office team members from each other, as well as in reception counters. So that's always useful. But for offices that have yet to be built, I think it's important to note also to consider that there are like bigger meeting rooms. So at least if there is a need talaga to meet face to face, then there's space for social distancing, as well as hallways that are wide enough for foot traffic, doing one ways around the office and stuff like that. So I would say that yes, proper planning and space allocation would be helpful.
All right,
nice.
Thank you so much. Awesome. All right, our next question is for Architect Jen. Architect Jen, what are some of the DIY solutions that people can do to improve their workspace?
Actually, the problem now in our workspaces at home, right? There are two problems that we have. It's the lighting and then the acoustic design. So it's as simple as improving your lighting setup. You can have your general lighting, which is your desk lamps, and also your mood lighting. It enhances your space. At the same time, it has a psychological effect also for your whole well-being. And another one for the acoustic design, you can actually do this at home. If you have cork boards lying around, you can stick it in front of your screen, and that acts up as your acoustic treatment already. And at the same time, you can use it as a mood board, inspiration board, reminder board. So it's dual purpose. So those are the basic things that you can do DIY.
Fantastic. Great advice. Okay, we have another question, this time for Kitin. What factors should tenants or homeowners consider before investing?
All right. So I know you've heard this before, but I cannot stress the importance of this. Location, location, location. Why? Principle of progression. So if your property is in a nice location, then the values would go up. So you'd rather be in the cheapest house in a nice subdivision rather than be the biggest house in a cheap subdivision, right? And then second would be your, of course, the budget. And then lastly, your exit plan. So what happens if you cannot be able to fulfill your payment terms? You have to know your rights as a buyer as well.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you so much for that. Our next question is for Lalin. Lalin, what do you consider as a must-have in a home office?
Madaming must-haves, but maybe I'll choose my top three. The first one is you have to have great internet connection so we can attend our BNI meetings, right? But really, because work, because we have to work at home, we have to have internet. So that's one. The second is you have to find your own little corner or your space if you don't have enough space for a whole room. You have to consider your whole family. So for me, I was able to provide small desks for my kids, so we have our own corners in our home. That's very essential because we really need to be productive, right? And the third is architect Jen mentioned it also. It's really proper lighting because you don't want to be wearing glasses before you're 40, diba? So really lighting makes you, good lighting will help you be productive. So that's my top three.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much. And now we have a question for Ali Marasigan. How do you strike the balance between personalizing your space and not making it distracting?
Well, of course, assuming that you've already found your style, whether that be minimalist or maximalist, and what theme you want to go with it. Identify what items can be distracting to you as well. For example, you might glance at something and remember, a memory, or something might come into your mind and it might derail your train of thought. So, identifying those and then figuring out what style you want would help. And it's a process of really finding the place or the setting that would bring harmony to your space. So there.
All right. So no PS5 or Xbox in your office, right? And no toys.
That's correct.
Okay. So great points being made so far. Before we continue, we'd really like to encourage everyone to just fire away with their questions. If you'd like to learn more from our speakers, you're more than free to send in your questions via the chat box, and hopefully we'll be able to answer most of them during our Q&A, which is right after this. Now, let's carry on with our discussion. Let's see, my first question is for Jojo. Let's see, employees tend to have less supervision working on their own at home compared to being physically present at the office. Now, as the head of the organization, how do you ensure that they are being productive? It's a good question.
Yeah, it's true, and just saying that you trust them is easier said than done. Okay, but I go back to what I mentioned earlier, the heart and the mind. Adding value to them, we communicate, support, and equip, and it's really all up to them. It's in their heart of how they would want to recognize that or honor that. But then aside from that, in the past webinars we heard from Kaiser, right? He talked about the SMR. I actually adopted it. These are short meetups, the setting of goals and then the monitoring and then the results. I did it for our company. So this I think it's a very useful tool that you can use to get up to tops with monitoring how your teams are progressing.
Interesting. What is that acronym again?
SMR.
SMR. Okay, SMR. Got it.
Because we do OKR, so it's kind of related. So it's weekly lang siya.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful.
Nice. We'll probably try and do that as well. Next question is for Angela. Angela, what are some challenges to shifting into a hybrid workforce, and what adjustments must businesses make to their office spaces?
Okay, so I think one of the challenges would be that, well, in a normal office setting, we would always have those impromptu huddles. It's easy to get together, to have short meetings to resolve issues, no? So we lost that in this new work from home setup. But what adjustments that can be made, I think it's also um, um, we could attach it to the answers given earlier, how we set up the home and how we set up the office for it to be conducive to collaboration. So in the home, as mentioned by Lalin earlier, and also Architect Jen, no, we fix our home offices, and then in the office we set up, we make room for meetings, for like teleconferencing equipment, and so at least there is a venue, a proper venue that teams can work together, can still work together despite being in many different spaces at the same time.
All right, thank you.
Great. Okay, we have a question for Architect Jen. Any design tips for the home office that will help promote work and life balance?
Yes, Rob. Actually, you have to achieve your whole well-being, right? You have to have a balance of your cognitive health, your physical, and your emotional health, right? The cognitive health side that addresses already the design, the overall design of your workspace. That contributes to your cognitive health. When you have an organized workspace, a clean workspace, productivity is boosted. So when you are productive, it affects the two aspects as well. But of course, you just can't keep on working, right, the whole time. So what's the difference now? The design tip that I always include when I do work from home spaces is add a lot of clocks, alarms, because sometimes when you are alone at home, you forget the time because there's no one to tell you, ay, taka, kain na tayo. Let's go out. Let's eat. Sometimes you forget if you get so zoned out with your work. So I think the best way is to, for me, one practical design tip is to set your time, set alarms even for your breaks, for your water breaks, for your gym time, and then that way you achieve that kind of balance already. That
Right.
contributes to it. That's it.
So true.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
Our next question for Kitin. Kitin, during these challenging times, what are the pros and cons of renting your own space for work from home purposes?
All right. So pros and cons of renting nowadays. So leasing actually has been badly hit this pandemic. So the pro would be, of course, you'll be able to negotiate for lower lease rental. And then second is you'll have your own space so that, if you have your own space, you become more productive. In my talk a while ago, I mentioned that our productivity correlates to our environment. And the con would be, of course, time and value of money. So instead of that money going to other things, it goes to the rental. But again, if it will affect your productivity, then go for it.
All right.
Great, thanks. Okay, here's one for Lalin. What are some common design mistakes in your workspace that lead to less productivity?
Okay. It's all about proper layouting. So if you don't think about how you go about in your house or in your office, it's going to be very difficult to be productive. For example, a desk. You have to make sure there's an outlet, right? Because if there's none, you're going to be doing the scotch tape mentality, which I hate, right? Where you tape everything so that you won't trip, when it will actually make you trip even more. So you really have to plan well before you finalize everything and figure out how you do your work so that it's all also about good flow. So that's very important. Yes.
Nice.
Thank you so much for that. Ali, our next question is to you. You mentioned, I think, succulents as a low maintenance option, right, for houses. So, for houseplants. So, do you recommend the low maintenance houseplants for people with busy schedules, or are some of the what are the benefits also of some of the more high maintenance ones as well?
Um, well, each plant has its own benefits, but touching on that, I mean, that question, whether or not it's good for somebody with a busy schedule to have a house plant, I'd say maybe reconsider getting plants if you may not have time for it, since they will need your time and effort to nurture them. But But for low maintenance plants, yes, succulents would be the easiest, and also cacti. They're the type to thrive when you forget them, because if you overwater them, you can easily the roots might give out. So yeah, starting with something small like succulents and cacti will work. And it's, yes, root rot, and it will depend for the big plants. It depends on the time that you have, because some plants really need daily nurturing to thrive. So there, thank you.
Thank you so much for that. What these were such enriching answers from everyone. Thank you so much to our wonderful speakers for sharing such valuable insights. I'm sure that all these learnings sparked the interest in our audience. So now we're going to open the floor to your questions. We want to hear your thoughts. So please don't be afraid to ask away your questions in the chat. So yeah,
but
looking forward to those.
In the interest of time, because it's already 6 p.m., we probably can only choose around 3 questions now from the chat box. But don't worry, if you have more questions, guys, you are more than welcome to schedule one-on-one sessions with our amazing speakers. Just refer to the chat box for their contact details. So let's get a move on. Let's see what we have for our questions.
All right, yeah. So the first question we have is I'm gonna ask. These are similar, so I'm gonna ask one from Abigail. For Pixa, do you suggest adopting cats to address maybe rat pests in the house? Like, is a pet a good option for like your security of your home office?
Okay, well, before it's really the cats are supposed to be predators of rats, but they're not really. There are better ways of controlling rats, I guess, especially if you have a pretty cat, no? So yeah, it could, but it's they're not. Sometimes they could become friends, in fact. So
yeah, in Makati, the rats are bigger than the cats.
yeah, that too. Depends what kind of rat you have in the house. Otherwise, just call me.
Good point. All right. We have another one. What is from Tom Mongkopa? Ali, what is a good medium maintenance plan? If we talked about low a while ago.
Yeah, I would maybe bigger leaf plants such as fiddle leaf figs and rubber trees, because yeah, I mean, succulents you can kind of just leave them by a window, but with fiddle leaf figs and rubber trees you also have to nurture the leaves and make sure that they're clean, make sure there's no dust on it, make sure there are no bugs on it or any rotting. So you have to have a little bit more attention to detail when caring for these types of plants. So yes, fiddle leaf fig and rubber trees.
Awesome. And for our last question, this was already answered in chat, but I think it would be great for some of the other people to hear it also. For Architect Jen, do you consider digital innovation, like incorporating digital screens with design and technology for this new modern world? Like, is that an important factor?
Yes, I answered it a while ago. Yes, we can consider that. It will depend on the type of, the nature of the work of the client and also the budget of the client. If he will allow it, or we can incorporate it, of course.
All right. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for the wonderful questions. But before we part ways with our speakers, it's time to spice things up a little bit with a little fun activity.
Okay, I'm sure most of you guys are already familiar with this game. So for this segment, let's get to know our speakers even more with this quick challenge.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna go into a bit of a fast talk here. So I'm gonna ask everyone a really quick question. You're gonna have to pick to answer really quickly, okay? First up, Miss Jojo, hard or soft?
Soft.
Soft. Angela, slimy or sticky?
Sticky.
Nice. Jenny, rough or smooth?
Rough.
Kitin, lights on, lights off.
Lights on.
Nice. Lalin, older or younger?
Older.
Ali, curly or straight?
Early.
Early, really? Okay. Okay, round 2. I'll take over now. Okay, the acronym. This is for Jojo. LMK.
God, I don't know what that is. I have no idea. Sorry. Lalo maganda ka.
Let me know, LMK.
I'm so Jurassic. Sorry.
Okay, Angela. The acronym is IMO.
In my opinion.
Yes, very good. All right, for Jenny this time. TFW.
TFW. Oh my
Parang
God, I don't know.
WTF, no? Pero baliktad.
I don't know.
TFW. That
I don't
feeling
know.
when. It's short for that feeling when.
That feeling when?
Yeah, I've never used that before in my life.
I've never used it.
Okay. Okay, next. All right, let's move on to Kitin. Okay. TFTI.
Yes, thank you for that information. Or
Almost there. You're
thank
right
you
on
for
the
that
money.
information.
The last word is wrong.
Thanks
For the invite. There you go. But you know what? That could probably work too. TFTI, thank you for the information. It's like a better way of saying noted. Okay. Next. This is for Lalin. The acronym is JSYK. What does that mean? JSYK.
I only know TYFCB.
Okay, well, just so you know, JSYK is just so you know. Okay, this is for Ali. YMCA. Sorry, no, that's not it. ICYMI.
ICYMI.
I see.
In case you missed it. Is that right? No.
Gen Z, no?
This is my wheelhouse.
All right.
All right. Now, guys, we're going into the next one. Let's see how well you know your Tagalog slang. I actually don't know these, so help me. Miss Jojo, pet malu.
Malupit.
Angela, werpa.
Pare? Like,
Power. Jenny. Etneb.
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 Benet.
Bente.
Bente.
Benet. Kitin. Matsala. You're muted, Kitin. I can't hear you.
People in the chat got it.
Ayun, nasa chat. Salamat. Oo nga, galing ng chat, ha? All right. Lalin. Anda.
Huh?
Anda.
Daan. Thank you.
Actually, it's not. It's money for some reason. I don't even know this.
No.
Daan nga eh. I blame the guy who put the who answered this. Okay, Ali. Jontis.
Jaundice? Pregnant?
Yes, it
yes.
is.
Okay, perfect.
Nice. All right, Robbie, go for the next.
Okay,
set.
round number 4. Okay, we're playing the round something. Okay, so you have to tell me what this thing I'm describing is. Here we go. For Jojo, something hairy.
Oh my goodness, a rat.
That works. Okay.
So that's my business.
Or a wig. Okay, here's one for Angela. Something moving.
car?
Round.
Okay. I guess so. All right. Next. This is for Jenny. Something spiky. First thing that comes to mind. Come on, go.
Porcupine.
Okay. Get in. Something slimy. Go.
Slimy?
Yes.
Mochi.
Really? Mochis aren't. Are they? I don't know what kind of mochis you're eating, but mine are. Anyway, let's see. Lalin. Something hard. Something hard.
Hard?
Yes.
Coconut. Where?
Coconut. Very nice. All right. It's just really nice to know that your minds aren't in the gutter. Okay, here, Ali, something hairy.
Something hairy?
Yes.
A wig, as you mentioned.
That's not fair. That was already answered. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
so it's my turn again.
Gay
Ooh.
lingo. This
I
is
get gay
definitely
lingo.
your cup of tea, man.
Oh, sige. Ako na bahala. All right. Miss Jojo, maharlika.
It's the road. Maharlika road.
No, it means you got a lot of money. All right. Angela, Luz Clarita. Ang galing ng chat, grabe. Talo, Luz.
Why does everybody know?
Lost.
Jenny,
Pass ako,
Crayola.
pass.
Crayola? Crying?
Yes. Right, Kitin,
Galing.
Purita Calao Ledesma.
Rita Calao Ledesma.
Yeah. Poor. Lalin, Chiquito. Chiquito.
Small? Ano?
Small, yes. All right, Ali, Thundercats. Thundercats.
Matanda.
Yes.
Excellent.
Right. So thank you to all of our panelists for engaging in the craziness of our session. The month has flown by, guys, and I know it's going to be hard to be saying goodbye, especially I've been through this entire thing for the whole month, and thank you for everyone who's been with us for the entire month. It's been an amazing entire run as we of this future redesign. Again, we would like to acknowledge the wonderful organizing team who helped make this possible. JJ Aspan of Golden Pencil Manila, Lovely Ho of LNH Lifestyle and Home, Pao Reyes of 360 Logic Solutions, and Drew Labrador of Drew Lab Studios. Speakers, please wave and say bye-bye to the audience. Thank you, guys.
Not quite yet.
No, thanks, because we're saying bye to the speakers.
Oh, they're leaving.
The audience,
okay.
Yeah.
You gotta
we're
stay.
saying goodbye
Stick
to
around.
the speakers, but the audience, please stay because we got a raffle coming up, right, Robbie?
Yes, we do indeed. You know, we really had such a great time these past few weeks, and today's episode was nothing less than spectacular. And I will now be calling on Miss Jojo Dueñas once again to do the honors of sharing with us key takeaways from our enriching discussion. Jo?
Okay. Yeah. So while the pandemic has uprooted and is continuously, I guess, taking everyone in an ending spin, we cannot just sit it out. We have to sail through this and let's make hay with it. The series of webinars initiated by our Untitled Chapter Elite has given us the tools and learnings to survive in this current event. Personally, I've been learning tons from the awesome sharing of the talent within our region. I honestly can't imagine how Pixa is, or if I'm not part of BNI. So thank you and kudos to Dynamic for this great webinar series. Great job, guys. Shout out to JJ Asban, Lovely Ho, Kitin Horda, Jello, Paulo, and of course the President, Bet Vidanes. And of course, our contributors and speakers from the very start. And for tonight, especially, our very generous sponsors. The well-curated topics for sure makes us all ready and confident to face the future, redesigned by BNI. So thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jojo, for the great recap of our discussion. We at BNI hope all of you have learned a lot from today's enriching webinar. We are very grateful to all of our wonderful speakers for taking the time out of their busy schedules to share their wisdom with us.
Oh, yes, but wait, there's more. I say that for a living. Anyway, our BNI webinar series is truly a gift that keeps on giving. Yes, this is the moment that you've all been waiting for, folks. The Raffle Draw.
to reward you for being such a great dude. I love the way you said that, by the way. To reward you for being such a great audience, we have special prizes up for grabs. Now, are all of you ready to find out find out if you'll be bringing home some exclusive prizes?
Ooh, can't wait to find out.
Here
Who's it
comes
gonna
the
be?
drum roll. Our first winner, we would like to ask the winners to please raise your hand so we'll know you're here. And also type in your details in the chat so we can contact you and send you your lovely prizes. Right?
That's right.
Okay. So, Robbie, who do we have up first?
Okay, so our first prize is sponsored by Mr. Rajesh Savlani of iFern. And the first prize that we're giving away is an iFern Set 1, which contains Aurora Body Care, argan oil, aloe vera, green apple stem cell. It also has hand and body lotion, bath soap, and a bottle of Aurora skincare. That's vitamin C, B3, and star flower oil. It also includes day cream and night cream. What a package. Okay, and our first winner is Miss Charm Villanueva. Charm, woo! Congratulations.
Charm, raise your hand. Are you here?
Are you with us? This is a seance. Congratulations. Please put your details in the chat box if you're still here.
Okay, we're counting down to 10. If Charm isn't ready, we're going to open this up to someone else. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I don't think she's here. I don't think
5.
she's going to make
No,
it.
it doesn't seem like. We're going for the next one.
Okay, we're going to draw again. We're going to draw one more time. And who is our winner? Any moment now.
Oh, yeah, we're going to draw another one.
I see a name popping up. Here we go. His name is Dennis Orsino. Dennis, are you with us? Make your presence felt. It really does sound like a seance.
If you are with us, Dennis, please answer in the chat.
That's right. Okay, Dennis, are you here?
Oh, this is okay. We're going for another one.
Doesn't seem like he's around. So let's call on our. Let's draw our next name. Let's see, who do we have? Is this it? Louis Sala. Louis Sala, are you still here?
If you are here, Louis.
Present.
Yes.
Louis Evans
we got
Sala.
one.
Yes. Congratulations. Okie dokie. Again, once again, please make sure that you type in your details in the chat box. Okay, next, our second winner is walking away with an iFern Set number 2. And this contains a power trio. You got the Fern D, Fern Active, and Fern D, by the way, is vitamin D3. Fern Active is vitamin C, B complex, and zinc. And then Milka, which is calcium, potassium, magnesium, and phosphorus. All of these supplements are super important, especially nowadays. So our second winner rather, is none other than Miss Vivian Luna. If you're here, Viv, are you here? Congratulations to you. Let us know if you're still around. And going, Viv, gone. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, I don't think Viv is here with us anymore. So our next option is Kana Evangelista. Kana, are you here? Are you with us? Yes. Oh no! It looks like Viv is here. Took forever for you to answer. Okay, sorry, Kana. We're gonna have to give the prize back to Viv.
Raj, just donate another one. We'll give 2.
All right. Hey, malay mo, this next one might actually land on your lap. So we're giving away an iFern Set 3, which contains Aurora Revitalize 4-in-1 serum, and then we also have Aurora Eye Cream and Silver Fresh toothpaste. I like the sound of that. Okay, and our third winner And before we answer that, Raj says, sure, we'll give a prize also to Kana. Oh, isn't that sweet? That's very generous of you, Raj. Okay, so the winner of the iFern Set 3 is none other than Miss Rochelle Wariza. Miss Rochelle? Rochelle Wariza, are you here? Awesome, Raj. Rochelle?
There's no going back this time.
Raj only has just a set amount of sets.
Yeah. All right.
Rochelle going once, going twice. Oh, away from keyboard ata to. AFK. Who knows that acronym, huh? All right. Okay. So Gan, we're gonna try and find another winner. Here we go. Our next option is Sandy Santos. Sandy Santos, are you here? Yes.
Yes, we have one.
Excellent. Great. Congratulations.
All
You
right.
just won yourself an iFern Set number 3.
Congratulations to all of the iFern winners, but that's not the end. We got so many more prizes. The next set of prizes have been donated by Miss Bet Vidanes of Vicron Resources. So the first prize is a bottle of Anode pet shampoo. Ooh, pet shampoo. All right. So the
Hope
first,
you have pets, huh?
yeah. Hope you have pets.
This might not be very useful if you don't have any pets.
Well, you never know. I mean, some of those pets have really great hair. Like it'd be great for me.
Yeah, you know, some people just have really like thick, bushy manes.
Fur.
And fur.
People just have fur. All right. Our winner for the first bottle is Sacho Lacson. Sacho, are you there?
Sacho, congratulations, Sacho. Are you here?
Sacho.
Sacho's dog is here.
There it is. Sacho's here.
Congratulations. Great.
No, is he?
Oh,
no,
it's Sandy.
No, Sandy.
No,
Sorry,
that's Sandy.
I am blind. I saw San, and I was like, oh no, Sancho. All right,
Okay,
going once.
Going twice.
We're out.
3 times
Next
a lady.
Up is our winner of the bottle is Beverly Soon. Beverly, are you here? Beverly,
call
upon you.
Beverly.
Says,
Hoson, yes.
Hoson, who says soon?
Is it Hoson or
soon? Beverly Hoson.
Beverly Hoson. There
Hoson.
you go. Beverly Hoson. I hope
Congrats, Bev.
I hope you have pets.
Yes, I hope you have pets. So that is our first bottle gun. Our
How many
second
more do we have?
Bottle. We
Okay,
got 2 more
3.
of these. We got 3 total.
All in all, yes.
So our second bottle. We're going.
Oh, she has 9 dogs. Look at that. Beverly has 9 dogs. Wonderful. Maybe she should win all of these bottles now.
I know, right? If no one else picks them up, we should just give them all to Beverly.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my God, there are 9 of them.
Okay.
All right. Our next up, our winner is Maria Leila Punsalan.
Are you here?
Are you here?
Are you present?
Maria
and accounted
Leila.
for? Wala pa.
Are you here?
Wala pa.
Leila,
Nothing yet? No.
we summon you from
Leila?
away from your keyboard. Come back to the
Come back
keyboard.
to us. Come back.
Yes, she's here.
Okay, she's here. Wonderful.
Congratulations, Leila, on winning a bottle of pet shampoo. Guys, all of the winners, please put your contact details in the chat. We need to contact you to schedule delivery of your items. So please type in your numbers, send them to us panelists so that we can get that sorted out.
Right.
All right. Our third bottle. The last bottle goes to Raymond Joseph Pasqua.
Raymond Joseph Pasqua. I have an uncle named Raymond Joseph. There's no Pasqua at the end. Anyway,
there's no Pasqua.
Yeah,
Raymond
no Pasqua.
Joseph.
My
Raymond
last name is Joseph.
Are you here? Yeah.
Just so you understand, guys, my last name is Joseph. Raymond.
Attorney RJ, is that Attorney RJ? Are you here? Going once, going twice. All right, we're out of there.
Gone. Okay.
Going, gone. Okay.
Who's our next option?
Our next option and the winner of the last bottle of shampoo is Jeanette Alba.
Jeanette Alba. Congratulations. Are you here?
Congratulations, Jeanette. Jeanette, type in the chat. Our eyes are glued. We're waiting for your name.
Jeanette is here.
Yes,
Jeanette is
she's
here.
Congratulations, Jeanette, on winning a bottle of shampoo.
Congratulations.
So
okay.
thrilling. All right, what do we have next, Robbie?
We're moving on to a prize from Allure Manila, courtesy of Patricia Cruz. And this winner will be walking away with an LED light therapy mask. Those are really good for, let's take a look. That's what it looks like. This is really good for de-stressing, diba? And getting rid of eye bags, if not mistaken. Okay, so our winner for this particular prize, again, thank you to Allure Manila and Patricia Cruz. Our winner is Patricia Kimberly Chua. We can wear during BNI meeting. Patricia Kimberly Chua, are you with us?
Are you here? If not, I'm taking it.
Okay, we're gonna give you 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and it's somebody else's now. And our second option is Jarna Pestano. Did I butcher that name? Jarna Pestano. Are you still here? Jarna! You can wear it like a Darna mask.
I know, right? Just leave it up on the forehead and it's just lighting up all around. Perfect.
Okay, she's
Jarna's
here. Yes. Jarna! Congratulations. Okay, right. And what's our next one? What's our next prize?
Our next prize is sponsored by Lovely Ho of L&H Lifestyle and Home. We have a wet and dry mop. Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Always need that around the house.
Oh, look at it. It's so pretty. Oh,
wow.
Man. Squeegee.
Wow, all right. That's nice.
Yeah,
love it.
Please look for L&H on Instagram and Facebook for more of these items. No? But for tonight, the winner of this fabulous wet and dry mop is Miss Mirna Kion.
Mirna,
are you here? Mirna. Come on, Mirna.
Nandito pa ba?
I hope you're still here.
Parang wala na
still listening.
Parang wala. Oh, yes!
Yes,
she's here. Congrats!
Congratulations, Mirna, on getting yourself a wet and dry mop from L&H Lifestyle and Home. Robbie,
okay,
what's next?
I think we're down to our last few prizes. Let's see. We are now giving away galleta rice from Sam Galleta. And this is a 25-kilogram sack of rice. Oh boy. Do we have a winner for this yet? I don't see a name. Rice is life, sabi ni Kitty. You betcha.
Forever right. Rice.
Only rice na to, 25 kilograms then. Okay, so our winner is... Holy Moses. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of names. We have Mark Jason Principe. Mark Jason Principe. Are you ready to get the carbo overload?
Yes, he is. He's here.
Is he? Yeah.
Yes. The Principe gets his
Thank
tribute.
you so much. Congratulations. Okay, the rice is yours.
Yes.
It's time to rise. All right.
It's time to rise.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
All right, and our final prize of the evening is sponsored by Miss Eden Fernandez, body designer. Ganda ng title, Miss Eden, body designer of Eascox. The prize is Eascox Essential Oil with eucalyptol to help fight against the COVID virus.
Wow.
You could see all of the benefits listed in the presentation.
Okay.
This is a
I
good
love
one.
it. This
All
must
right,
smell
and-
really, really like nice and minty.
Oh yeah, and I bet it feels great and like permeates through the skin, right?
Mhm.
So, our winner for this prize
we
is
really
none
need a
other than
last winner for tonight.
Zarina
Yes.
Malyari.
Zarina! I saw her
Zar.
name earlier. There she is.
Zar's here. Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Zar, on getting your Easkox essential oil with eucalyptus. Please,
I love the
guys,
name.
I know, right? It is absolutely fantastic. Once again, to all of the winners, please type in your contact details in the chat so that we can get your prizes to you ASAP. Congratulations, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've pretty much reached the end of our session. And as our webinar series has come to a close, we also hope that our discussion has equipped and empowered everyone for a brighter tomorrow.
There are other upcoming activities in store for everyone, so remember to stay tuned on our social media pages and Viber groups. Let's continue to stay in touch, guys. So please feel free to follow BNI The Gig on Facebook and our social media, and message us there, and we'll be happy to answer any questions or concerns you guys might have. It's been such a pleasure to be your host all throughout this series. Once again, I'm Jello Clavano.
And I'm your co-host, Robbie Joseph. Thank you so much for having the both of us. And now this has been our fourth and final session for Future Redesigned, redesigning work from home. So thank you for staying with us until the bitter end. Stay safe and have a great rest of your night, everyone. See ya.